let's now check whether our cakes are ready.
Keep my dignity to keep me clean. Stop the devil watching over me. Let's penetrate.
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. In today's video, we are going to do some shopping and do some baking. And today's recipe is going to be a vanilla cake. So let's do this. In today's video, we are going to make a vanilla cake. So we have the following ingredients. We're going to use margarine. You can use butter or cooking oil. We have sugar. We have baking powder. We have wheat flour. We have vanilla essence. We have cinnamon. We have 4 eggs. And we have milk. We're going to make 2 cakes. One on that pan and one on this. Because I just want to make 2 shapes, no particular reason. So I've decided to bring out this kitchen set for the accessories that we need for the baking. We might need the whisk, we might need the brush. So for this first step, we are going to use the brush. So to start with, I am going to oil the baking pans, both of them in readiness for baking. And then if you have the parchment paper, you can use it, but I want to have a scenario of someone who does not have parchment paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour some flour on the oiled baking tins. This will help in the cake not sticking on the pots. Have you ever baked and then the cake is stuck? So if you do this, it's going to save you the agony of a stuck cake. And for any excess flour, you just pour it out so that again you don't create a layer at the bottom. Yeah, so like this one, you can see there is no excess. This one has a little excess which I can pour there and see if it will fully be utilized, which is what has happened. Okay, so then you're going to be preheating the oven at 180 degrees, and we go to the process. So as we had said earlier, we are going to start with dry ingredients, and our first dry ingredients is flour. Okay, so we're going to use 2.5 cups of flour. 2.5, so that is 1. That's the second one. And then we are going to add 1/2 cup. Okay, so we add like that. For the baking powder, we need a tablespoon. Once again, I'm going to use this tablespoon. I'm not going to use the one which comes with a spoon set in case someone does not have it. So that's the baking powder, 1 tablespoon. to these ingredients, we are going to add a pinch of salt, just a pinch. Then at this point, we also add cinnamon. You can add cinnamon or cardamom, whichever you have available. My preference has always been cardamom, but lately I love cinnamon too. For baking, not for chapatis, but for baking. So we are done. Like I said, this kitchen set always comes in handy for the items that I need, because now I need this. So I'll use it to mix the dry ingredients evenly. And you can comment down below how you do your vanilla simple cake. This is how we do ours. Yeah. I think the dry ingredients are now ready. You can go to the wet ingredients. So for our recipe, sugar is 1.5 cup. But because I don't like extra sweet cake, I'll just do this much. So if you want it very sweet, get the 1.5 cup. Yeah. And then we are going to have 1 cup of butter. But since we don't have butter, we have margarine. It's what we are going to make do. Remember, even if you don't have margarine, you can make do with cooking oil. Yeah. For the margarine, I want to melt it. We use it when it's melted, but it's a cup. And when you heat the margarine, you give it time to cool. The last time I tried to cook with hot margarine, I will just tell you that my dish broke. It was a glass bowl, and the bowl broke. So I'll allow it to cool off. Since Patience does not live here, I've decided to cool off the margarine with some water. I think this is a hack you can use to cool even your uji or something. I have this bowl which has cold water, and then I put it for a few minutes, and I feel like it has cooled. Now it has cooled off, so we can add it to the sugar. I'm just waiting to make sure before I start mixing, and then my bowl decides to give up on the heat. But this idea of cooling has worked for me, so you can try it out. So we now mix. We now need to add the eggs, and like I've said time and again, you always add one by one in case there's a problem with the eggs, so that you only lose one. Imagine if there is a problem and it spoils even your other ingredients. So just make sure you put one by one. For this ingredient, we are using 4 eggs. Okay. Yeah, there you are. Need to wipe my hands a bit. So we mix. the last part is when we are going to add our milk. We are going to need 1 cup of milk, and we are also going to add our dry ingredients. But before we do, we can add vanilla essence, and we're using Festival. Okay, so now we add the milk and the dry ingredients. Why are they close to each other? Because we're going to be adding gradually a portion of dry ingredients and some milk, as in concurrently. So we can start by adding some flour and the wet ingredients basically. Then we add some milk at the top. This also helps in the flour not spreading all over the place. You see now the flour is kind of thin. Yeah. We put our second portion the same way. And then we add the milk. You can see the mess is less on the wall, so it's really helpful if you add like that. Like I've said before, if there's one thing that comes in handy is these silicone spoons, because you can see the way they make your life easy. They quickly and easily wipe off the walls of your bowl without you using your hands, because sometimes they stick and then you have to use your hands to remove them. So this silicone set is just perfect. If you'd like to order, hit us up on Just World Collection. I'll leave the link down below to our Instagram page. So as you can see, our batter is now ready. So remember, we had our 2 containers that we are going to use. So we're just going to pour it in the 2 containers. So let's add to the containers. This is quite some cake, so it's good I prepared 2 containers because it cannot fit on one. Our batter is now ready for the oven, so let's bake. Let's now check whether our cakes are ready. And they actually ended up being big cakes. Look at it, guys, all clean. I don't know why I feel like this one is not cooked on this side, so let's try. Apparently it's cooked. When there's no residue, then it means the cake is fully cooked. Clean, clean, clean. So 40 minutes, we have our cake ready. I don't usually I don't usually check all that much, but I just wanted to show you from whichever angle our cakes are ready. So let's cut them. Let's first see if our idea of worked or we are going to be stuck with the cake. Let's see how it goes. Yippee! we did it. It didn't make a mess. So let's try this other one. We'll just try on this bowl. Oh, it also came out. Okay, I always prefer using parchment paper, but this time I decided to try without parchment paper and see the outcome. And it's spongy. You see? Very spongy. I think we'll give it some time to cool before we cut it. It's always advisable to allow it to cool before cutting. So we have our bread shape and our heart cake. It has even decided to cut itself. So this is how it looks inside. Very delicious. Yeah, so we are going to wait for it to cool down. If you eat it when it's hot, it's going to cause bloating. Hi guys, we're going to do a shopping haul. And I think today we're going to start with fruits. So we have a watermelon, some bananas, actually lots of bananas, others. Then we have some grapes. Then we have mangoes, this type. Then we have avocados. We have avocados. Then we have apples, but I think this time they are a bit smaller. Then we have pineapple. I think that's all for fruits. Yep. So we can go to the other things. So what are these? They are called, you read here. What are these?
We have long buns.
You have your favorite.
We have Indomie beef flavored.
You're supposed to say, we have my favorite. Oh, you don't like Indomie?
Hello. Have corn puffs.
You ensure they're seen by the camera.
We have walls. We have numbers. Numbers.
So you're going to arrange. Then I think it's just that. I think we have milk. I think there are 8 packets. No, 9. Because we have lactose-free milk. If you're lactose intolerant, this is your milk. I don't know why Daniela is looking at the person who is lactose intolerant in this house. Daniela, why are you looking at someone suggestively? Because she's the one.
Creepy people's expressions.
Open these ones and show us what they are. But you can say this before you show us the other ones.
Show us.
So I'm trying to open it first.
Okay, so this is what?
Those are onions.
Okay. So we are waiting for you to open these others. So what have you opened, Daniela?
I've opened.
What are these?
Oh, we have tomatoes, bell peppers, Ginger. Turmeric.
No, this is ginger. You're
Oh,
right.
ginger.
Your favorite?
No, I hate.
Who's favorite? No.
Why do you guys hate ginger?
It's not that you don't like it. It's because mommy
You don't like the taste.
Mommy uses too much.
Garlic.
Too much of something.
We have garlic.
Mama Daniela, have you heard? If you're watching this video,
She's definitely
But
watching.
nowadays
course.
she has reduced.
nowadays she has
Too
reduced.
much of feature weight.
Umeanza kuficha, man.
No,
The
I'm
feature
telling
weight.
the truth. You know, I've been home.
For one day.
No, leave that one
For
day.
1 second.
No, the other holiday I was at home.
The other holiday.
During the election
You're
period, I was
really
at home.
fighting for your life in this
Conversation.
Have a lime or a
No,
lemon.
listen,
A
listen
lime
to
or a lemon. I don't know which.
Comment down below.
But ask
Life
them
is-
to tell you. Ask them to
If you know
tell you.
what this is, comment
think it's
down
a lime
below.
Or a lemon.
Lime or lemon. Comment down below.
Yeah.
Use emojis.
So you can tell them you're going to make hot dogs. Tell them.
We're going to make hot dogs.
So they should wait for your recipe. Tell them to wait for your recipe. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Wait for my recipe.
Are you not confident enough to say that you can come up with a recipe?
Yes.
You can, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So tell them to wait.
She's not said yes. She said
That still means yes.
No.
It does.
It seems like you're in a dilemma.
Eh? You're not sure of yourself. Yesterday, what did we say yesterday? That you should be confident when you say something, even if you don't know, you can try. Didn't we say that? And we all learned. I didn't know how to cook. I learned. So you can?
Lan.
Yes. So they should wait for your recipe.
Wait for my recipe.
Yes.
Until you're not saying us.
What do you want to make?
I don't know.
You see? At least with Daniela, we know it's hot dog. So when you know,
pizza.
there will also be a recipe from Melanie, and it will be pizza.
Pizza.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly subscribe. It's a button down below, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. If you're a returning subscriber and viewer, thank you so much for clicking onto this video and for your continued support, for always watching our videos. So see you on our next one. Bye.